JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R has been out for a while now, and I've been thinking a lot about what changes could possibly be made or what could be added to the game to really make it stand out among the other JoJo games, and I think really give Heritage for the Future a run for its money. Now, obviously, we're not getting a fully fledged new game here, right? Because it's a remake. Obviously, they're not going to have to add too much new content to it to make people satisfied. But I think one of the main things that a lot of people have been clamoring for is more JoJolion representation. Now, I think this is the one that I agree with the absolute most. I mean, we have only one JoJolion character, and with an outdated moveset at that. That's just abhorrent. Like it's not acceptable for there to be one part 8 representative and there's so many other representatives from other parts. Even having just 3 or 4 representatives or 2 even I'd even settle for like 3, right? Like with Josuke, Yasuho maybe or one other character and then Toru. That'd be absolutely phenomenal. Fantastic. But at least at the time of this video, they haven't really released any DLC pertaining to Part 8. All that we've gotten so far is Risado, Nero, and in the form of free updates, Weather Report, and Pucci. Now, I'm really happy with Weather Report. I think he was a long time coming. He has a lot of significance in Stone Ocean, and I can definitely see why they had to release it alongside New Moon Pucci because obviously the people who were watching the anime didn't want to get spoiled, and that's just kind of a marketing decision. But Risado, I liked Risado's fight. I think he's an iconic character, but really I do not think that a slot should have been wasted on him when we have so many other major characters that I think should have been introduced. For example, like Stroheim. I guess Stroheim is quite controversial, and it would be sort of hard for him to appear in his normal form during the games, given his tough history with a certain German party, and obviously that would be a problem. But if they just sort of censor him a little bit, and then give him his Eyes of Heaven makeover, like it's not that hard. I mean, just slap him into the game, and he was a pretty major character in Part 2, so I don't see why they could do that. Why they couldn't do that. But if I'm being honest, even though this decision does make sense, and I can probably see it be done in the foreseeable future, I don't really want this to happen. A lot because, I'm just sort of biased towards the later parts not getting any representation. I think part 2's gotten fair enough representation. I don't hate the representation there. It's not the best in the world where we have things like Stroheim appearing, but it's the best they can do. I really don't see any way they could do it otherwise. We have Joseph, Caesar, Lisa, Wamu, HDC cards. What more of a lineup could you ask for? After all, these are like basically the only main characters in Part 2 aside from Stroheim we're missing. And well, not missing, but Stroheim's the only one who's missing out of all these things. And I really don't see the point of well, including him if that's going to waste another slot.
Hey, so this was made a while back when Stroheim wasn't announced, and so it's pretty outdated, and I think some of my opinions still stand. That was part 1 of the video. I'm going to be making a part 2 after all the DLC characters have been released, and hopefully that means that we're going to be able to dissect the choices that were made. So anyways, that's it for part 1. Thank you.